Hello, hello. It's Julie Davison and Susan LaCroix. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. We're so excited that you're joining us for our weekly video series where we share Stampin' Up! Projects with you. Mom and I are both celebrating 20 years as Stampin' Up! Demonstrators in 2022. And so we just have all kinds of exciting things to celebrate this year. We just got back from a retreat in Utah, and it was kind of for incentive trip achievers since we didn't get to have an in-person incentive trip, but it was totally not sponsored by Stampin' Up! In any way. It was an independent thing, but it was so fun, Mom, to be able to show you St. George and do some fun things with you. How are you doing since we've been home?
Okay, it's been very crazy. Our air conditioning went out before we left, and so we had to get that taken care of. And then while we were gone, Yvonne called and said, the refrigerator isn't keeping stuff very warm, and the freezer's got stuff defrosting. It's like, oh geez. So she put everything out in the refrigerator, freezer, in the garage. So Dad did research on refrigerators while we were gone, and so we were able to find what we kind of wanted in stock, and it was installed yesterday along with a new dishwasher because that was going. And
and windows, you were having some window repairs done. I feel like when it rains it pours, like it's just always.
Thank God the windows are under warranty. There was something about a bracket that was bent in it. As he looked at the windows, it was like every window that was installed a couple years ago, brackets or something. I just closed my eyes and said a prayer. Like, anyway, so the windows, I mean, you have to order more parts for the rest of the windows, but at least we know what the problem is. So we have air conditioning, we have a functioning dishwasher and refrigerator. So yeah, it's been crazy.
It feels like that in the Stampin' Up! World. We had a brand new annual catalog that was released May 1st. Demonstrators have been able to order from the new mini catalog, the July through December catalog, starting June 1st, and that launches July 1st. So I feel like there's just so much going on, so much new stuff, so much changeover. And it sounds like you've been dealing with all of that at home too. Well, even though we both have pre-ordered and we just got our stuff, we haven't had a chance to play. So this video isn't going to show you any sneak peeks because we're still excited about and playing with new stuff from the annual catalog.
Can we show the cover of the?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you have it there. Do you want to flash it up?
Yeah, when we're done here and I'm getting ready to show, I will just show the cover to get people kind of excited about it.
Oh my gosh. I'm honestly not ready for another mini catalog. I'm excited that we'll have some extra time to get all those things that we want, but I'm still working through stuff I haven't played with yet in the annual catalog. And then both of the things I'm using today, I am using for the very first time. And there's still so much more that I haven't had a chance to play with yet. So, I was going to say we're a little short on time today. So if we feel like we're rushing or if it's shorter than normal, it's just because we have a tight schedule this weekend and getting this filmed. So we're going to cut right to it. Mom's going to go first and show you what we're sharing today.
Yes. Okay, so first, before we do that, let me just show you the cover of the mini catalog. It's got some really fun stuff in here. And so, of course, July and August is then also celebration.
Oh, that's right.
So there's the cover of the celebration. You can kind of see some little sneak peeks of things down here.
I'm still not used to doing that twice a year. I love it, but it's...
Yeah.
It's different.
Anyway, so that's what's coming in a few weeks. But Julie and I had a conversation and it was like, boy, have you noticed that there's more standalone dies and not just parts of bundles? And we said, yes, we both noticed that. So we decided today to use some dies that are standalone. So I have chosen to use the delicate edges, which you can find on page 170 in the catalog.
I don't have those yet, but in that same page, you can see the brush shapes, the cracker treat box, the deckled rectangles, and then two more underneath it. Almost that whole page is brand new standalone dies.
Yes, isn't that exciting? So let me show you. Let's see if I can find. I thought I marked a page. I have pages marked. So is this it? Why can't I find it? I had pages marked to show you. So here we go. So here's just a couple of projects using like the edges there and this one along here.
Oh, these are pretty. I haven't gotten these yet.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump right in. Because as Julie said, we are very, very, very short. So, here is the up close and in person dies, just so you can kind of get a feel for it. And I didn't have time to play with all four. This was the one I came up with an idea first, and I didn't make the card with it because I got so focused on these. So, all right. So what I'm going to show you today, I'm using some Sweet Sorbet as a card base. And let's see here. I've got to get everything kind of ready. All right. Okay. So let me just fold this and get this out of the way. What I did then, let me bring this back out, is I die cut on some adhesive paper.
That's smart.
And I think I did it backwards, but that's okay. So I did one. This is Granny Apple Green.
Okay, when you say you did it backwards, what do you mean?
Well, I think I wanted to put the adhesive sheet on this side versus this side. I don't know that it matters. So.
Oh, like you put the adhesive sheet closest to the die instead of away from the die?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I see what you mean.
Yeah, but I think this will work. Then what I did is I took another one and die cut it out in Sweet Sorbet. So I'll have to do it this way. So I hope I put these on the, where's my little strip? Oh, here it is. So what I did was I already cut a bunch out and put them on the glue dots.
Oh, uh-oh.
But, you know, no problem, because I have this set right here. All right. That's how my whole day's been going, Jewel.
Oh, no.
All right. So I'm going to leave this to reference. And I'm going to just snip. I was trying to be so smart and have these all snipped.
I know. Do you have another green one that's die cut, or that's the only one?
No, that's the one I used to prep.
So the difference here, I think, with the backwards die cutting is just like you put the adhesive sheet on one side, and then when you die cut it, the adhesive sheet is either up facing the die or away from the die and on the back of the cardstock. And the dies sometimes leave like, I don't know, the top of the die is sort of like rounded and the back edge is usually sort of got this like this edge that kind of comes out. So I think that's the difference, but it matters here because if you're you already had the other ones on the glue dots and they were sort of the front facing ones, and now you need the back facing ones. But I love this technique. This is so cool, Mom.
Thanks. So if time is a factor, I can just, you're getting the drift of what I'm doing.
Well, maybe we should switch to my thing and then come back to yours and give you an opportunity to trim and put all those on.
Sure. Yeah, go right ahead. That's a good idea.
All right, let's just flip over to my desk. So Mom and I decided, since there's so many standalone dies, that we would each feature different dies. And so the ones that I picked out are called split card texture dies. 159162. I'm going to show you these in the back of the catalog, and then I'm going to show you a little trick because all these dies back here, they're marked with N, the ones that are brand new. And so if you look through, there are so many. Mom was pointing out some earlier that are standalone, and standalone just means there is not a stamp set that goes with it. And so it's just dies by itself. So like here's a few more. Here's mine, but all of them will say, see these dies in use, or see samples, or whatever coordinates, and then give a page number. So every single one of these die sets has at least one or more examples in the catalog where it shows you the dies in use. And so here's this one. I really love this layout with the split card texture. And I was going to try to copy that, but I ended up coming up with something different. But I looked through the catalog and there's actually several different places where there are additional samples that aren't labeled in the catalog. So here's one where they cut it out and then they cut around the edge. So it's just a kind of a piece by itself. Here's another one with the geranium where they did the same thing and they kind of just cut that out as a background piece. Well, today, because it doesn't have a coordinating stamp set, I'm pairing my card dies with this Swedish Cherries bundle. This is a punch bundle that has a photopolymer stamp set and then the coordinating punch. And this is the first time that I inked it up. I'm really excited about this one. It reminds me of Traverse City, of course, the cherry capital of the world. Noni and Grandpa used to live up in Northport up by Traverse City. And so they have a cherry festival up there every year. And it just made me think of them. Well, there are two dies that make up this die set, and they're very similar in size. I actually thought that one was shorter than the other, but I don't think that's the case. I think one is a little bit wider than the other one. And so I die cut it two different ways. This one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is a piece of designer paper, the Pretty Prints designer paper. And I just die cut it so that it fills the card front. And it looked like it was really tight, but then I tried a piece that was 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is like a regular card front. And the die still fits and nests in the corner just perfectly. So whether you're doing a 4-inch layer or the full 4 1/4-inch layer, your die is still going to fit. You can also use the die if you wanted to, and like die cut both on the same, they would both fit on there. But today I'm going to be using this one, and I've got it paired with the Calypso Coral card base. My card's going to be really simple, and since this is the first time that I've played with the dies, I don't have additional samples to share with you, although I do have some extra samples using the cherries. So I'm going to glue this down really quick, and then we're going to add our sentiment and the punched out cherries. I love this lighter version of the Calypso Coral. And I chose Calypso Coral and Pear Pizzazz for the cherries, and then bring it in kind of, it's not, what is Sarah calls it, like a color buddy. It's not like the same color, but it's a little, you know, a lighter shade of the similar thing. So for me, I always pair Petal Pink with Calypso Coral. I think that is such a pretty color. I'm just trimming off a little extra here. And so I'm going to add this sentiment, which I stamped in Petal Pink, Life is Sweet. And then this is a little bit of the Cottage Rose, Abigail Rose designer paper, but it had some Petal Pink stripes. And so I just kind of wanted to add a little bit of that Petal Pink back in here. And the background color here is more of a washed out Calypso Coral. It's not quite as light as Petal Pink. I've got some Stampin' Dimensionals on the cherries, so I'm going to add those next, and then the stems and the leaves. And I had to look up the cherry, like I looked up cherry images to see exactly like where the leaves were supposed to go. And usually the cherries are connected at the top, like in pairs, and then there's a leaf at the top. So my stems are not long enough. I want them to kind of be spread out a little bit. So I'm going to not have them connect to the top, but then we'll add a leaf. How's it going over there, Mom?
I'm ready.
Oh, good, good. Well, I'm almost done with this card, so I'm just going to wrap this up before we skip back to you.
Right.
And I noticed
love that card, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say, I noticed you were muted for a while, and I'm sure it was Dad that was coming down to say it's time to go.
Exactly what he was doing, pointing at his watch, and so I had to explain what the technical difficulties were with the setup. So anyway,
it's so hard coming back from traveling. I feel like it just takes so long to catch up, you know?
Oh my goodness, yes. I am so proud.
You have to, like, you need a vacation from your vacation, right? Like,
right,
it's almost harder to be away, because then you have so much to do when you go back. But I'm still so glad that we went, and it was
absolutely.
a much needed R&R.
Yes. Oh, what a cute card, Julie.
Thank you. I love how these dies just add like just a fun little technique and background, you know. Like I really didn't do that much else, but I think it's kind of fun. So I'll have to play around with this piece and make another card, but I do have some other cherry cards. I'm going to share them really quick. These were mostly swap cards. This first one is from Carmen Melendez, and this is actually cased from the catalog, that layout. The next few cards are cards that we received as swap cards when we went to our retreat in Utah. So this first one is from Erica Serwin. Love the colors with the parakeet party, the red and black and white. This one is from Jeanette Swain. And then same colors here. This one is from Michelle Litwiller. And last one is from Rosemarie Gonzalez.
Very nice.
I know. I'm excited to play with this bundle some more. Do you have the sweet, what is it called? Cherries? Sweet cherries. Sweetest cherries.
I do not.
Oh, really? That surprises me. I thought you would be
on
all over this one.
It is. It's on my list. I just haven't gotten it yet. So
I love that we chose similar colors. I'm going to switch it back to your desk. This happens all the time where like we don't even communicate and our colors are similar.
Sure don't, because I didn't see your project and you haven't seen mine. So. All right. So all right, what did this just do? Hang on a second. My screen just like went really tiny. There we go. All right. So back to my card. Sweet Sorbet is the card base. I have a basic white piece that I embossed with the, I think it's the Posies 3D.
Yes, I love that one.
Yeah, this is the first time I've used it. So yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my greeting. I have a happy birthday, and the birthday greetings is the go-to greetings.
Oh, I have that one and I haven't used it yet.
I've used it a couple times and I really like it. So I'm going to stamp my greeting in Granny Apple Green. I did my my other card, the practice, when I was playing, I did the greeting in Sweet Sorbet. So we'll have to see what we like.
Yeah.
So, that needs to be renamed, but you get the idea of the green. Now, what I want to do with this guy is peel off the if I can find a spot.
Adhesive sheets.
Yeah, the adhesive sheet. There we go.
Oh, look how easy that is. Oh, it's awesome.
And then I want to put this along here. And it's going to hang over, but I want to make sure I get all the flowers on.
I just love this.
Oh, come back here. You're not straight. All right, I'll have to straighten that guy out. So it can be kind of curvy because this is a vine and vines curve. All right, so there we go. So we have this on here. And I'll just take my snips and trim off the excess. If you hear the dog start to bark, Dad's calling him to go out.
Oh.
All right. Isn't it sweet? I really like this.
It is. You're convincing me on these dies. I didn't think I needed them.
I think you do. All right, so let me put this guy down here. And then to finish it off, because you know I need bling. So I brought out the rhinestones because I was thinking the little rhinestones, but then I saw these iridescent pearls.
Oh.
So I think on this one, I am going to put some iridescent pearls. And then I will bring out the other card, and then you can tell me which one you like best. All right, so I love these little iridescent guys. And I'm going to put these just right at the base of the flower. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is an even number of flowers, but I really wanted it to go top to bottom.
It is an even number. It's not an odd number.
What did I say?
You said this isn't an even number.
Oh.
But I think it's fine. Like in situations like this, like it's okay that it's not.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't have to be odd.
This is true. Except your mother. Okay. So so there is this one. Oh, and I stamped it crooked. I think I will make a label and fix that one. And then here it is with the sweet sorbet greeting in rhinestone.
That's really tough. I thought I was gonna like the sweet sorbet better, but I kind of like the green.
See, and I kind of like the sweet sorbet. So we've got granny apple green and iridescent pearls, and we have rhinestones and sweet sorbet. So this, I'm gonna get this all screwed up, or that. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
Oh, that is tough.
I really like how this card came out.
It is such a beautiful card. I love that it's so simple, but also really detailed and special.
Yeah. So let me bring out the dice again. So I looked at this guy and I thought seaweed.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Mom, I love that.
So I used Bermuda Bay and I just kind of cut them up, and then I did some fish.
Darn you.
A sea of things, and then on the inside I put
God, that's perfect. It's perfect. What color is the card base?
Coastal Cabana.
Oh,
so yeah, whoops, I keep going out of camera. I apologize.
I am gonna have to case that. I love that so much.
Well, thanks, Jay. And then so the last one, because I didn't get to all four of them. Let me bring this out again. I used this guy right along here. And I brought out a note card and a piece of DSP from the host DSP. In the host DSP is called Dare to Dream, I think.
Yes. Oh, Design a Daydream.
Design a Daydream.
Yeah.
So I just took a piece of that and covered the front of this, and I die cut the bottom of this, and then I used the new circle. What are those? I love those, but I can never remember the name.
Stylish Shapes. Okay.
Stylish Shapes.
So this border doesn't cut, like this border doesn't cut completely out. It just cuts the edge. Like, so it stays connected to the.
Stays connected. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then the greeting is from Cottage Rose.
Yeah.
You are positively the greatest. And it's on there.
That is the sweetest, Mom. Oh gosh, all your cards are so amazing.
I just wish I had time to do the other one.
Well, you did more than I did. I only got one card done. So I think you showcased that die set so beautifully. I'm convinced I'm going to add it to my next order.
Well, I'm glad you liked them.
Oh my goodness.
So, all right, let's get our picture so we can say goodbye to the nice folks out there.
All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. There are so many dies in the new catalog that are standalone. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So we hope that you'll give the back of the catalog a really good look. In the online store, check out the die section, the die cutting and the dies, because there are so many that aren't paired up with stamp sets and available as a bundle. So if you're only looking at the bundles, I think you're missing out on a lot of really great dies that then go with and coordinate with so many different stamp sets. I think, like you showcased so beautifully, Mom.
Just mishmash, a mishmash of products in the catalog, and they're real. Stampin' Up is really kind of, they're offering us the opportunity to be more creative by mixing different elements and products in the catalog. So, so you might want to go through your catalog with a different lens on and see what you think would go good together and pair together, because this is what's exciting me about this catalog. So
all the new tools. And I feel like the dies just are more and more dynamic. Even the ones that are in bundles, I feel like our die sets are getting so dynamic and interesting and creative and diverse.
And wait till you see some of the things in here. Oh, what is it? I have a customer who just goes, boy. So she's really funny. But anyway, All right, we're gonna call it a wrap, and thank you for your patience and understanding that we're just kind of a little tight on time this week. We promise
Stamping.
we will. Yes, we promise that it won't always be this crazy. Well, maybe I can't promise that.
We don't promise anything, but we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope that you'll make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on next week's episode of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a great week. Love you, Mom.
Love you too, Jay.